Grace Dent has exited the MlSERY. Get me out of here. Jungle. After just 8 days, as it was revealed, bosses stepped in after noticing a remarkable change in her appearance. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here has been back on screens for just 2 weeks, but in that time exiting star Grace Dent underwent a shocking transformation that saw her transform from a confident food critic to a frail and broken shadow of herself. The 50-year-old columnist was all smiles just 13 days ago when she touched down in Australia to begin her I'm a Celeb journey. But now, 2 weeks on, she looked exhausted, washed out, and demoralized by her experience, with fans becoming increasingly concerned by what they were seeing on screen. Grace was one of the original 10 celebrities to end the I'm a Celeb camp in the middle of the month, and was one of the most enthusiastic stars on the show. The critic gamely threw herself into the grueling challenges, and proudly cheered on her co-stars when they faced their own daunting trials. But in the second week of the show, Grace, along with Josie Gibson, Marvin Humes, Nick Picard, Danielle Harold, Tony Bell and Nigel Farage, was taken out of the main camp and forced to live in Snake Rock, where they were given basic rations and forced to sleep on the floor. The experience appeared to take a toll on Grace as her enthusiasm drained and she looked more and more frail as the days drew on. During scenes that aired on Sunday night, fans expressed concern as Grace looked withdrawn and devastated by the news she would be forced to endure another trial. Show bosses made the decision soon after to allow the critic to leave the series, citing medical concerns. An ITV spokesperson said, "Unfortunately, Grace Dent has left the show on medical grounds. She has been a great campmate and will be missed by her fellow celebrities and viewers alike." While one of Grace's friends said, "She is heading back to London today. She is tired and she just wants to get home." A source close to the show even suggested Grace had been forced to leave after bosses became worried about a change in her demeanor. As Ant and Dec announced she would be facing the next trial, a defeated Grace could barely lift her head to respond, looking miles away from how she started her journey in camp, taking on a 100 meters high walk. Body language expert Judy James explained that there were signs Grace's experience in the jungle had completely demoralized her. She told Paddy Power Games, "Watching Grace's body language gradually break down and finally go on strike altogether was a concerning, worrying sight." When she was told she'd been voted by the viewers for the next challenge, she sat rigidly upright, staring ahead with a blank eye expression and with a total lack of facial movement apart from an accelerated blink rate that suggested inner turmoil. Her mouth was clamped and turned down at the corners in a mask of misery, and her chin was raised, but not in any suggestion of defiance. This total body and facial masking looked like a worrying response. It didn't suggest stoicism, it hinted at a complete shutdown. This stone-faced response would scare the other campmates too, because it's as though she stopped communicating.